Hello everyone, so today we are going to do Leetcode daily challenge. Poor pick. So basically in this question we are given with lot of poisonous buckets. Not lot of, but only one out of them is the poisonous one, and that we need to detect. So this is all about this question. And how we need to detect that particular bucket is poisonous or not. For that we require some picks. That's why the question name is poor picks. That is just test that this bucket is having poison, we are requiring that. So now let us come to the question that how it is required to be done. Let me increase the font size, and then here we can say that there are buckets of liquid where exactly one of them is poisonous. That's the thing which I was saying. To figure out which one is poisonous, you feed some number of poor pigs the liquid to see whether they will die or not. And unfortunately, you have only minutes to determine which bucket is poisonous. So you can feed the pigs according to these steps. Choose some live pigs to feed, and then each pig choose which bucket to feed. The pig will consume all the chosen buckets simultaneously, will take no time. That is that 1 second or 1 minute that he won't take. That is the thing. And now wait for minute to die minutes. Then we need to check that after testing, do it dies in that much minutes. You may feed any other pig during this time. So simultaneously we can feed any other pig also at that time. Means if we start one pig at 1 minute, then we can start the second pig at the 2 minute. But both of them will take the same minute to die time, and after that only they can feed any other bucket. So that's the thing. So after minute to die minutes have passed, any pig that have been fed the poison bucket will die and all other will survive. And repeat this process until you run out of time. And we are given with number of buckets, minute to die, minute to test, and we are required to return minimum number of pigs. We need to figure out that which bucket is poisonous. So this is the thing which we are required to do in this question. Means buckets are given, that a lot of buckets are there, and out of them only one is poisonous. But we are also given with constraint that with minutes to die and minute to test. So according to that only, we need to figure out that how many pigs we are required in this much time to go ahead with testing of the buckets. And there could be at max 1000 buckets and at minimum 1 bucket. This is the thing. And this minute to die will be less than the minute to test and could be equal to also. And at max that minute to test could be 100. So this is thing which would be there. So now let us move towards solving this particular question. So before solving this, let me explain that how we are required to do this. So now the thing is that this question is perfectly an observation based question and even a mathematical based question. So after observing the test cases, we can come to this particular formula, and this particular formula will work in almost all cases which are here. So here the thing is that how this formula is being derived. So after observing the test case 1 with taking the sample pig count as just 1, then we can check that how this formula comes up. Or even before deriving this formula, let us generally solve this question, that how we can do. So here we are given with minimum minutes to test, right? That is 60. And then minute to die 15. We all know that if we are required to check by just 1 pig, then how we will check that how many buckets if that particular pig could consume. Means in 60 minutes, and we need to stop for 15 minutes at each interval for checking that do he or she die or not. So in that context, we would be having 4 buckets to be tested by this particular mathematical, right? So in total, we would be having 4 trials for 1 pig, but we are having 5 buckets which are being there, right? So if number of buckets are more, then how we can test the same? But in this scene only we can check that in the worst case scenario, all 4 buckets would be checked and still pig would survive. That simply means that the 5th bucket which is there, that is the poisonous one. So in all this context, we can see that without even checking the 5th bucket, we got to know that the 5th bucket is the poisonous one. So that's why for one pig, it took T+1 trials. So this is how we got to the conclusion that how we can check for this particular thing. But now one more question comes to mind. If there are 6 buckets rather than 5 buckets and same timings are given to us, then how we are required to check? So let us do that thing also. So here we have 6 buckets, so we can't test out of 2 which one is poisonous, right? So here comes the rule that now we are required to check with another pig also. So one pig would be doing by T+1, another pig would also be doing by T+1. Thus one of them would be able to detect which one is poisonous, because at a particular time what we would be doing is we would be, thus if there are n number of pigs taken, then easily we will be able to detect that which one is the poisonous one. So this was the thing how we are required. So there would be like, then 2 pigs are required, then there would be T+1 into T+1, means whole we can say it as T+1 raised to power 2, right? So if n pigs would be there, then it would be T+1 raised to power n. That is the thing, and we are required to find this only. So we know that T+1 raised to power p is equal to total number of buckets, right? So from here only we are able to get the formula, then we modify it by applying log to the same. So we get the formula p log t plus 1 and log n, and then number of pigs would be equal to log of n will refers to number of buckets, and log of T+1, and we are required to do C of the same. Then only we would be able to detect. So as per the first test case which was given to us in the question, we can say that T is equal to 4 plus 1, that is 5, then number of buckets was 1000 given to us. So after putting these values into this formula, we get like this, and then log 5 is equals to 0.698 and something is there, right? So that's why we have taken like this and divided by 3, because this will be cutted out because of the base 10 log, and then we finally get this, that is 4.292, which is almost equal to 5. This is the thing, and by taking C we will be getting this 5. This is the thing which we will be doing here. So thus we got an answer, and as it is a mathematical formula, so that's why our time complexity would be order of 1 and the space complexity would be same order of 1 only. So this was all for this particular question. Now in the coding part also, it's all like in the languages how we write the free function and so on. So we can directly do there. That is the coding part, but it would be a single line of code only. So here's the thing. In t equals to minute to test, that is the thing which is given, divided by minutes to die, which is trial count, and then we are required to return in field log of buckets divided by log of T+1, and this is what our answer would be. And this was all for this particular question. Thank you.